Hello, this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and little Penny the Piggy's with us today, who's one of the new little puppet friends, and she's going to be joining us for the next 14 weeks as we look at the 2014 ImagineFX magazines. So this one here is actually the Christmas cover, so this will be the last one we're going to look at. That will be in about 13 weeks time, and I love that one. What I like about this is that how it's out of focus in the background. It's cool, but we're not going to look at any of those just yet. We're going to start with this one. Well, here we go, look. So these are the issues we're going to be looking at. It's issues 104 to 116. So we'll be looking at those over the coming weeks. But I'm actually going to stop looking at the DVDs. So I was on the previous videos, I was looking at the DVDs and the not DVDs. Oh, this is cool. Look what they've done here, look. They've actually I like that. So that's going to be next week. We've got this, even the adverts are sort of getting a bit exciting. Look, they're actually sort of doing a theme. I'm so used to seeing Proco's bum on these for the 2021 ones. But here we go, watch this. This is January. Pop. Oh, that's nice. Hey, the colours go with little Penny. Yeah, that's a beautiful one, that. What they've done here, look, I love this when they do this. You see the title, ImagineFX, is sort of hidden in the cover. It looks so cool, doesn't it? Very professional. And they normally put the artist, there we go, look. That's the name of the artist. Jennifer Healy. That's beautiful. What I like about this one is how you can slightly see her breast. Just slightly. So it gives her sort of a sexiness. But I love the colours of that one. How beautiful is that? So what we do on these is, this is issue number 104 for January 2014. What we do on these is we just go through them. And I haven't, it's little Claire. Oh, it's nice to see her. Nice to see you nice. So what happens is, in 2021, she actually leaves. Oh, that's a shame. So we've got 7 years. We've got at least 7 years now of Claire, our little editor. But it's sad. It's sad this is, because we know she's going to leave in 7 years' time. Oh, so at least we can actually enjoy seeing her little face for the next probably 100 issues or something. But so I've not looked at this before. This is my first time looking at this magazine. I'm just basically going to talk about what I see, which is quite cool. I enjoy doing these, but I don't enjoy as much going through the DVDs. Not because I don't enjoy the videos. It's just it's a lot of hard work to get all the videos and stuff. But it looks like some quite fun ones on here, especially this one. Look, it looks like you got a video of some bloke doing a frog thing. It just looks like a cool character. So this is the FX Pose A bit. Love that. Look, what's he going to do? Who's going to win out of that, do you reckon? I think she will. She's got a gun there. He looks like he's some sort of... He's got the power of spirit, so he might actually beat her. I like that one. Look, nice curviness there. She's cool. Oh, she's cool. Looks a bit sort of gentle. That's a nice one as well. Cool perspective. Very fantasy themed, this one. Dealing with rejection. That'd be interesting. Look, that reminds me of God of War. There was this beautiful battle in one of the God of War games. You had this creature like that coming out of the water. That was brilliant. I used to love those old God of War games. And then what happened was when I had my PS4, I played the latest one. And look at him, look. That's quite funny. I didn't enjoy the latest one as much. Just because what I've noticed is I don't play games anymore, but what I noticed was that a lot of the latest games, oh, this is my favourite. Look, Alex Kidd. That's another video game from the 80s. Alex Kidd. Classic, but he's called Tom. Wonder if he's related to Alex. Oh, this is my favourite bit, this is. We get to see their studio. Look at that, look. How cool is he? He's got a massive house up there, look. He's made an actual house, I reckon. That's beautiful, isn't it? He's got that thing on wheels. He could sit on that and ride around his house. What was I talking about before that? Oh yeah, God of War. What I've noticed is a lot of video games, the latest ones, they're actually, it's not so much about playing the game, it's more about like stats. It's all turned into just levelling everything up, and I much preferred the old games where it was very simple. I feel like a lot of the games that I played on the PS4 and that, they were more complicated than they needed to be. It's almost like they were, hey, that's Ross Tran. That's cool. Ross Tran's actually, yeah, look. Ross Draws. He's actually answering the questions. That'd be interesting. But it looked like a lot of the games, the new ones, they've put this fake gameplay in to make you, oh cool, to make you keep playing. Whereas I feel like the game itself should be good enough to keep you playing. Rising Star, I love it when they do this. What they do is each year they have this thing, Rising Stars. Bobby Cheeler, Bobby Cherry. These are our little judges. I love that Bobby. He does me favourite little characters. So we got one lady as the judges. John Peterson. I like that one. I like the lines on that. Look at the lines on that. It's a little bit like Borderlands. See, I can look at these, I can look at that and admire it, but it's not really my sort of, I prefer female characters. Female characters and creatures, like that. I like that one and that one. That's nice, look at that there. I like this little creature here, look. The thing with animals and creatures is, they have a lot more character than humans. I've always much preferred, oh that's nice. That's like God of War as well. Ravina cow. I like the shape of those legs. Metroid, look. Samus. Cool, I like that. He's riding a dragon. He looks like a biker. A biker on a dragon. That's nice as well. Wolves. I like it when you get a human and an animal like connection. Yeah, these are brilliant. These are like Diablo. Hey, Kim Jung Gi. He's cool. What he does is he does all these without even thinking. He's so good at sketching and drawing that he can draw anything without reference and stuff. I would say he's probably like the master of masters. But look how cool that is, look. Sketches. That's a good one, look. The perspective. Yeah, he's cool, he is. Studio profile of Lick Studios. Oh, nice, look. A little bit of anime. Oh, they look cool. Who do you reckon the boss of those is? Probably that bloke behind the computer, maybe? I think she's the head though. She looks nice. I like her little fingers. Is that a willy? Looks like they got a little willy on the snake. Snake! Dun 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 dun. Workshops. This is where we normally get our videos. I like this one. Jennifer Healy. Beautiful colours. I also love how they bring the colours of the artwork into the article. It's sexy. She looks nice. Angela Otto. Oh look, she's created a piece of artwork out of smoke. Randomness turned into a piece of artwork. Get to grips with matte painting. I looked into a book of this once. What they do is they take like a photograph, combine all these photographs to create a piece of artwork. Don't know if I would get into that, but some of it looked quite cool. Apply comic sound effects, Manga Studio 5. Discovering your visual signature. He's a bit weird, isn't he? Oh, I like that. Simple, see? Look at the shape of that. Look, it's like there's a connection there because they've both got the same sort of head shape. That is brilliant, that is. What a cool character. Oh, that's cool as well. Lots of fantasy sea creatures in this one. And next week we have pin-up art. This is going to be brilliant. That looks a little bit like Lorraine, oh, I can't remember her second name. Loopy Dave. Sassy ladies. That'd be fun. Wonder what the cover's going to look like. Fishies. We like our little fishies. We got our reviews as well. Cintiq Companion. I almost bought one of these. But I didn't. Bobby, look, Mr. Bobby. Outrage Free. Ray Extreme. Never heard of that before. Middle Earth. That'd be cool. Yeah, this is quite cool for finding art books. Hey, one of my favouriteest. Sketching by 3D Toto Publishing. Sketching from the imagination. I hope I got a 5 out of 5. That's one of my all-time favouriteest art book series, that is. I've done click-look videos of all of those. They got about 8 of them now. Environment design for games and film. Oh, this is, I love this. Yay! Look, they've gone back to having rough paper. It's amazing how, oh, that's cool. Look, it's a dog with a snail. They talked about that on one of the other articles, combining creatures to create your own sort of creature. Imagine that thing moving around. Do you think that would go really slowly like a snail? Quite cool. Fantasy FX Pose 8-bit. It's amazing how the quality of the paper, the texture of the paper, has an impact on your experience. Not sure about these things. Quite weird, isn't they? Imagine that, imagine things like that walking around on the earth. All about sketching. I'd love to do that. A big look at that, look. Imagine being part of that. It'd be amazing. I do like that. I like this one best. That is a brilliant character, that. Who did this? Chris Seaman. Reminds me of the Dreamcast game. Seaman. Actually, that Seaman game is a little bit like that. I remember some sort of strange creature with like a human head or something. A fish with a head or something it was. There's an old game called Seaman. Shading the figure. I like that. I like the simpleness of those shapes. And that's it. First impressions. Rebecca. Oh, that was cool. that was a very nice way to start the year, I think. What was my favourite thing in here? That little creature there, he was cool. I think my favourite thing was actually this one because of the colours. I love the colours of that and the sort of expression in her face. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a look at issue 104 of the ImagineFX magazine for January 2014. And next week we're going to be looking at this one. Da-da-da-da! Yay! I actually had this one. I remember having this one back in the day. That is the artist I can't remember her second name. But she's brilliant, this artist. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Loopy Dave, but their name is Chrysler something. Hope you enjoyed it though, and I'll see you later for another one. Doing.